Hi everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Aulia Alkarimah Bintang Cantika Putri. I'm a college student at Interpersonal University, studying educational trainer. And my major is guidance and counseling, and currently in the 8th semester. I'm making this video to fulfill the requirement for the English for Guidance course. And yep, I will explain interpersonal conflict, intrapersonal conflict, and how to resolve them using the empty chair technique. So please enjoy the video. What is interpersonal conflict? Interpersonal conflict is a form of conflict or disagreement that occurs between two or more individuals. Some key characteristics of interpersonal conflict are one, it involves incompatible goals, values, or needs between two or more parties. And two, it can occur in various contexts such as family relationship, friendship, work colleges, or between group. And three, it is often caused by communication problem, differing viewpoints, competition for resources, or personality clashes. Number four, it can result in negative feelings such as anger, frustration, jealous, or distrust. Number five, if not handled properly, it can worsen relationship and have large impact. So, resolving interpersonal conflict usually involves open communication, negotiation, compromise, or mediation to find solutions that are compatible to all parties. The ability to manage interpersonal conflict effectively is crucial in maintaining healthy and productive relationships. So, what is interpersonal conflict? Intrapersonal conflict is a form of conflict or contradiction that occurs within an individual. Here is a more detailed explanation of intrapersonal conflict. Number one, it involves a conflict between two or more needs, value, desires, thought, and emotional within a person. Number two, it occurs when someone experiences a dilemma or ambivalence in making decision or taking action. Number three, it can be caused by a difference between what one wants and what one should do, between the value or hold, or between the various roles one has to play. Number four, examples include the desire to relax and the obligation to work, the desire and moral principle, the role as a parent, and the role as a worker. And number five, it can cause feeling of stress, anxiety, or dissatisfaction within a person. Number six, if not resolved, it can lead to stress, frustration, and hinder effective decision making or action. Resolving intrapersonal conflict usually involves self introspection, prioritizing value, seeking compromise solution, or seeking perspective from others to help make decision. The ability to manage intrapersonal conflict effectively can enhance psychological well-being and quality of life. What is the empty chair technique? The empty chair technique is a psychotherapeutic method used in Gestalt therapy. This technique involves the imaginary representation of conflicting aspects within a person externally by placing empty chair to represent each of those aspects. The goal is to help the individual explore and resolve intrapersonal conflict. Here is a more detailed explanation of the empty chair technique. Number one, the client is asked to visualize and personify the conflicting aspect within themselves, such as emotional, truth, desires, or different roles. Number two, then the client arranges several empty chair and occupies each chair to represent each aspect alternately. And number three, when sitting in different chair, the client is asked to speak and behave as the aspect represented by the chair, including expressing their feeling, truth, and motivation. Number four, the therapist can facilitate dialogue between the different aspects by asking the client to move from one chair to another. And number five, the aim is to bring their aspect to the surface, acknowledge their existence, and help the client integrate or find the result of the conflict. And now I will explain to you how to resolve interpersonal and intrapersonal conflicting using the empty chair technique. The empty chair technique provides an opportunity for individuals to explore and understand the conflicting aspect within themselves more deeply, as well as find healthier and more integrated solution or reconciliation. This method is often used to address intrapersonal conflicts such as ambivalence, moral dilemmas, or difficulties in decision making. Here's how the empty chair technique can be used to help resolve both interpersonal and intrapersonal conflict. For interpersonal conflict, 1. Set up two empty chairs facing each other to represent the two parties involved in the conflict. Number 2. The client sits in one chair and speak from their own perspective, expressing their thoughts, feelings, and position regarding the conflict. Number 3, then the client move to the other chair and role plays the other party, trying to articulate their perspective as accurately as possible. And 4, the client continue to go back and forth between the two chairs, having a dialogue between the conflicting parties. Number 5, this process helps the client gain empathy and understanding for the other party's viewpoints, which can facilitate finding common ground or a compromise. And second, for intrapersonal conflict, 1. Set up multiple empty chairs to represent the different aspects or voices within the individual that are in conflict, like desires, values, roles, emotional. And 2, the client sits in on chair and speak from that aspect, expressing its thought, feeling, and motivation. Number 3, then the client move to another chair and speak from a different aspect, allowing each side of the internal conflict to be voiced. Number 4, the client continues to move between chairs, having a dialogue between the different aspects. Number 5, this process helping bring the conflicting parties to awareness allows them to be acknowledged and can facilitate integration or finding a resolution that satisfies the different needs or values. In both cases, the empty chair technique provides a concrete way to externalize and give voice to the different perspectives involved in the conflict. It promotes self-exploration, empathy, and can lead to insight that help resolve the conflict in a more holistic and integrative manner. The therapist's role is to guide the process, ask probing questions, and help the client fully express and understand each aspect before working towards a solution or compromise. So that all the explanation from me. I hope you have gained new understanding regarding interpersonal conflict and intrapersonal conflict, as well as the empty chair technique that is using during counseling session. Thank you for the opportunity to make this video and see you again. So don't forget to always be happy.